The Xbox Game Pass library is full of celebrated first-person shooter titles, and here is a look at the best FPS games available to play. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Titanfall 2. At the time of its debut, Titanfall was already a low-key masterpiece, but the sequel just polished what was already an often overlooked diamond. Titanfall 2's campaign is particularly noteworthy as it weaves a fascinating tale around rookie pilot Jack Cooper and BT-7274, a Titan who demonstrates that an enormous mech can have an endearingly funny personality and then some. Next up we have Superhot Mind-Controlled Elite. Superhot is an FPS experience like no other. You play as a geometric human figure engaging in a variety of shootouts against other geometric human figures. The notable difference between this game and others of its like is that time only moves when you do. Every step your character makes pushes time forward. If you stop moving, time stops and your enemies remain motionless. Next up we have Rainbow Six Siege. If you're looking for a competitive multiplayer shooter to sink your teeth into, then Rainbow Six Siege is directly up your alley. Imagining Counter-Strike with destructible environments, more varied objectives, and a roster of unique characters with particular skill sets and perks will put you in its ballpark. Matches are often tense and short-lived, players are divided into two teams, attacking and defending, and given a short prep period before engaging one another. Next up we have Star Wars Battlefront 2. After several updates and DLC additions, EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2 is an entertaining experience for any fan of that galaxy far, far away. Players get to participate in far-reaching battles that take place on familiar planets from the Star Wars universe. Not only that, but players can gain the ability to play as famous and infamous Star Wars characters. Next up we have Prey. Despite the fact that Prey is a first-person shooter, the game encourages you to think about your choices before participating in a shootout. In fact, if you choose to fire first and consider afterwards, you will undoubtedly be at a disadvantage. Players must navigate the Talos I space station's corridors while avoiding attracting the notice of the Titan, a dangerous alien species that has been released. Next up we have Halo: The Master Chief Collection. If you're looking to get the most bang for your Game Pass buck, the Master Chief Collection should be any FPS enthusiast's first stop. The MCC encompasses the entirety of 4 mainline Halo campaigns, as well as its 2 most prestigious spin-offs, ODST and Reach, in addition to the requisite multiplayer suites. Next up we have Doom. Revitalizing the franchise that practically defined the FPS genre for all intents and purposes was a Herculean task in concept alone, but Doom's 2016 resurgence into the spotlight was heralded with all the hellfire and shotgun blasts that were appropriate for it. It's a familiar concept, a lone super soldier, a demonic invasion, and a whole lot of guns. Doom 2016's combat is extraordinarily fast-paced and extraordinarily satisfying. Next up we have Destiny 2. Taking on the role of a guardian dedicated to defeating the forces of darkness, Destiny 2 players have a lot to look forward to. This multiplayer first-person shooter is constantly getting updated, with no foreseeable end to expansions in sight. One of the most enjoyable aspects of Destiny 2 is how player characters progress. There are different classes guardians can pick, each of which affects the overall playstyle of a given character. Next up we have Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 ticks all the boxes that the franchise is well known for: large-scale multiplayer madness, nearly unheard-of levels of player agency, and destructible yet thoughtfully detailed environments for the battles to unfold in. But it takes the gameplay into a setting rarely touched on by FPS titles: the trenches of World War I. The last game of this video is Deep Rock Galactic. Cooperative first-person shooters are a delight to play, and Deep Rock Galactic combines jolly cooperation with procedurally generated caves. Up to 4 players can team up to mine precious minerals or escort heavy machinery for the Deep Rock Galactic Mining Corporation. Working together is important if dwarven survival is to be ensured. Waves of insect-like glyphids go out of their way to swarm your team of intrepid fellow employees while you're out on the job. So that's the list of 10 best FPS games on Xbox Game Pass that you can play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.